Most people can picture a better life. But when it's time to move, something invisible pulls them back. It's not weakness, it's not laziness, it's your brain, doing what it was built to do. We like to think the brain is designed for happiness, but its first job is survival. And survival doesn't love change. Survival loves what's familiar, because familiar feels safe. Deep inside, ancient brain circuits still run on old rules. They don't care about modern goals. To them, the unknown is risk, and risk is something the brain tries to avoid. Your brain doesn't ask, "Is this good for me?" It asks, "Have I seen this before?" Familiar equals predictable. Predictable equals safe. That's why the familiar wins, even when it hurts. So a bad but familiar life can feel safer than a better unknown. The comfort zone isn't always comfortable, it's just known. And the brain often chooses known pain over unknown growth. Another brain rule is energy savings. Thinking, planning, and self-control are expensive, so the brain looks for shortcuts. It favors habits, routines, and automatic choices to conserve fuel. Real change costs energy. It requires decisions, learning, and mistakes. That mental effort triggers resistance, not because you can't change, because the brain dislikes paying the price up front. And dopamine is not simply pleasure. It's the brain's motivation signal, reward prediction. Dopamine rises when your brain expects a payoff, pushing you toward whatever seems rewarding right now. That's why fast rewards feel irresistible. Your brain prefers quick, certain payoffs over distant, uncertain ones. A scroll, a snack, a notification, small rewards that arrive immediately. Big goals usually pay later. The reward is delayed, unclear, and effortful. So the brain delays the goal. It whispers, "Not today," and the future gets traded for comfort in the moment. Here's the trick. Fear often wears the mask of logic. It's not the right time. I need more information. I'll start when I feel ready. Sometimes that's planning. Often it's protection. That inner voice isn't your enemy. It's a security system. Its mission is to keep you safe, not to help you grow. The problem is, it treats growth like danger. Self-sabotage is rarely random. It's a protective reflex. When change feels threatening, the brain pulls the emergency brake. Distraction, procrastination, quitting, anything to return to safety. Even positive change can trigger stress. New job, new routine, new identity. Your brain can't predict the outcome. And when prediction drops, the stress system turns on to keep you alert. The brain is addicted to certainty, not progress, certainty. If it can't guarantee success, it may prefer doing nothing. Because no change feels safer than maybe failure. Repetition creates the illusion of control. Even unhealthy routines can feel stabilizing. The brain thinks, "I know how this works," and that sense of control can be stronger than the desire to improve. So the first step is awareness, not self-hate, not forcing, just noticing the pattern without judgment. When you see what's happening, you stop confusing resistance with your identity. Name the pattern clearly. This is avoidance. This is fear. This is my brain seeking safety. Labeling creates distance, and distance gives you choice, where before there was only automatic reaction. Your brain fears big leaps, but it accepts small steps. Tiny changes feel safe enough to try. That's why micro-actions work. They slip past the brain's alarm system. Make the change so small, it feels almost ridiculous. 5 minutes, 1 page, 1 message. When the threat is low, the brain doesn't fight, and consistency becomes possible. Shift from goals to identity. Don't just chase outcomes, become the kind of person who practices. Identity makes behavior stick because you're not trying anymore. You're acting in alignment. Repetition rewires the brain. Every small action strengthens a pathway. Over time, what was hard becomes automatic. Change isn't a single decision. It's neural construction, built one repetition at a time. Reward the process, not only the result. If you only celebrate outcomes, your brain quits when progress is slow. But if you reward the effort, your brain learns, this path is worth it. Delay comfort. Choose the slightly harder option first. Comfort is not the enemy, but timing matters. When you practice delayed comfort, you train the brain to value the future more than the moment. Willpower is fragile. Environment is powerful. Your surroundings shape your defaults. If your environment makes distraction easy, your brain will choose it. Most behavior is design, not discipline. So design your life for success. Reduce friction for good habits. Add friction for bad ones. Make the right choice the easy choice. When the environment supports you, your brain cooperates. Expect resistance. Resistance doesn't mean you're failing. It often means you're entering new territory. The brain is simply testing the change. Your job is to keep showing up anyway. You are not your thoughts. Thoughts are signals, not commands. A worried thought can appear without being true. Notice it, name it, and let it pass. Like weather moving through the sky, safety comes first. Before the brain allows change, it needs stability. Predictable routines, supportive spaces, and gentle steps tell the nervous system, we're safe. Then learning becomes possible. Change is training, not a dramatic decision. You don't transform overnight. You train through repetition. The brain adapts slowly, and that's not a flaw. That's how lasting change is built. Patience is neurological. It's a skill your brain can develop. Each time you wait, each time you stay consistent, you strengthen circuits for self-control and long-term focus. So if you resist change, you're not broken, you're human. Your brain is doing its protective job. The goal isn't to crush resistance, it's to guide it. Work with your brain, not against it. Make it feel safe. Make steps small. Make rewards clear. When the brain trusts the process, it stops fighting and starts helping. Small wins build trust. One tiny win tells your brain, this is possible. Another win tells it, this is safe. And slowly, the new path becomes the default path. The life you want is often on the other side of fear. Not huge fear, small daily fear. The kind you feel when you grow. That fear isn't a stop sign. It's a direction sign. Your mind is not your enemy. It's a powerful system built for survival. When you learn to guide it with safety, repetition, and design, it becomes your strongest ally in building the life you want.